What up? What up? What up? YouTube family, what up? Let me get a little light in here. There we go. There we go. So what's going on, YouTube? Listen, I don't really expect nobody to come in this live. Um, if somebody does come in this live, then they just gonna catch it firsthand, and whoever doesn't, y'all see it on the back end. But man, let me tell you. So pretty much had this webinar that I was hosting, that I hosted at the last month because it's December, just turned December. So I had a webinar that I was hosting last month, and pretty much for a good 30 days, like marketed my ass off, or tried my best to market my ass off for this webinar. And background before doing the webinar, I was talking to one of my marketing buddies, like one of my confidants when it comes to this social media game and marketing on social media, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm like the old age social media. This new age is too fast. The algorithms has gotten too powerful, and I end up getting sucked into a wormhole. So instead of marketing to people, I end up being marketed to, and I go to a couple confidants just to really optimize and really hone in on my strategy. So my guy was talking to him like, bro, I got this webinar coming up. I got my funnel created, everything. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, man, I don't think 30 days is enough. And I'm like, God damn, why you hating? Why you just, this is what we got. We doing 30 days. That's it. Support that or don't say nothing negative. So, but that was in the back of my head through the entire time I was marketing. And, I end up getting to me, it was a good amount of attendees to sign up. I want to say I got about 20 to 30 people that had registered for the webinar. Now, first time hosting a webinar, first time really doing this. And it was a disaster. And it was a disaster because day one had some technical difficulties that I couldn't figure out. And I just had to scrap it. I'm like, I end up trying to figure it out for an hour. And I'm like, you know what? We can just try tomorrow. I'll email the attendees that registered and just let them come tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, nobody shows except one person. So I end up just essentially talking to one person and doing this presentation in front of one person. And then a second guy ended up joining like halfway through. But it was a very deflating, I'm not going to say defeating, but a very deflating feeling that I got from that, because I'm like, damn, I done put all this work, and let me tell you where I went wrong. I got emotionally attached. I got emotionally attached to the outcome, right? So I put in all this work. I'm trusting the process. I'm in the process, and when it comes to the results, I got nothing from it. So it was like for 30 days, I bust my ass for day 31 to come and day 32 and get nothing from it. No return on investment of time at all. And I say I felt deflated because I'm like, damn, like, all right, here's another obstacle or barrier that that I'm now facing and up against. And it's like, damn, again. Let me just, this is why entrepreneurship, especially nurse entrepreneurship, is so hard, because your regular entrepreneur, whatever he's hustling for is all he's focused on. I'm focused on a full-time job and trying to build a business from the ground up, from nothing. So I'm like, dang, yet another obstacle. This was supposed to be, at least my expectation, smooth sailing, but it wasn't. And after the fact, I felt like I ran a marathon and didn't cross the finish line, and the race is over. And I'm like, all right, now I got to start preparing again for the marathon, but I'm exhausted because I didn't even finish last time. That's how I feel, if you're keeping up with the analogy. But I'm like, I didn't even finish last time, and now I got to get to working again. So I had talked to a couple of my um I'm going a couple of the nurse influencers and nurse entrepreneurs whom I look up to within the nursing space. One being, I'm just going to say the person, Nurse Tiffany. She's known as New Nurse Academy on Instagram, and then also spoke to Nurse Tequila, who is the founder of Black Nurses Week, and was really just telling them the experience and getting feedback to see, like, because I'm the type of person where I don't gotta burn myself. I mean, hold on, how do I say it? I'm the type, if I see somebody get burnt by a hot fire, I don't gotta burn myself to know how I feel. You feel what I'm saying? I'll take their experience. Okay, that's painful, hot. Don't touch. But versus learning on your own, like, damn, this shit hot. I done burnt myself. Now I got to go through the healing process. So I'm like, let me talk to them and see what they gone through. And they like, just keep at it. Like, everybody starts from nothing. And a lot of people ain't trying to hear you till they gotta hear you. You know what I'm saying? So it was just everything that they had told me, it was just kind of reaffirming, like, all right, cool. We got to get back in the fight. This is why it's so hard. We got to get back in the fight because you can't just try once. First, you don't succeed, bet yourself off and try again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got to go back at it again. But there was a lot of doubt in my mind now. And that's why I wanted this live to be like, talking about self-doubt and how self-doubt is one of the biggest killers of success, because here I am. I don't really know what's laying at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this business model, when it comes to building this business. I don't know what I'm gonna get from it. I know the potential that I had to get from it, but I don't know what I'm gonna make. And I don't know if it's gonna be successful. But because my first essential failure was, and let me pause. Remember I said that because my first failure. But me, I had this habit of I like the chase. I'm like a lion out in the savannah, and I like the stalking of the prey. I love the hunt and chasing of the prey. And once I capture the prey and I kill it, then I'm good. I don't even want to eat it. I was just here for the good time. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of person I am. And in any business that I've started, it's always that momentum, that get up. I feel the drop, and then once I go up and come down, oh, I didn't got my fill. You know what I'm saying? But that's also why I've not been successful in the other businesses I've created, which I rightfully admit, like, they were failures because I didn't continue, because I stopped. That's why they're failures. And I can't have this fall into that category. So it's like, all right, we got to go at it again. And just like, I'm just gonna say it was just divine intervention, right? So I had a nurse reach out to me who, she said she'd been following me for a while, watching all my YouTube channels since I started. She was watching me before she became a nurse, and then, she been supporting for a while. She one of them real core followers. I mean, one of those core supporters who've been fucking with your boy from the beginning. So I'm like, she reached out to me. She asked, could we do a live? And I'm like, I appreciate her reaching out, because who am I, especially after failing this webinar? What somebody want to do something with me for? So I'm like, cool. She reached out. I'm gonna show love and I'm gonna give her the best I got. But in talking to her and in hearing her story, doing some research on her, I saw what she started off at. And if she was watching me, and this nurse, y'all gotta go check out. She fire, hustler. Like, I don't see too many nurses like myself that's in this game. It's a good handful of us, but I don't see too many nurses like myself that's a hustler, trying to get to the money for real. Fuck all this healthcare shit. And she's like, so I do my research, and if she was watching me and didn't have a YouTube and doing what she's doing now, when I was at the peak, up here with the urban nurse, COVID happened, y'all know I went missing, dropped down. If she was fucking with me back then when I ain't really had shit, and now this is me, this is her. Now she's up here. Listen, we got some content coming up together, but her Instagram is Nurse Lois Official, and she and so yeah, so she like, let's collab, let's do some work together. But then I'm like, I'm seeing her process. I went all the way back to the beginning of her Instagram when she first started the entrepreneur stuff. Went checked out her YouTube channel. And her Instagram is really where she's more prevalent at, and more focused in. But I'm looking at the process and the growth, because now when I'm talking to her, I see I don't know what her end goal is, but I see essentially what the final product is. Had I seen it early on, I don't know if I would have been able to see where she is now back then, because I can't see what her vision is. I can't see what her dream is, where her hustle grind. But I'm like, dang, she really put in the work consistently, and now she here. So she had invited me to one of her lives that she hosted. She was hosting a live, um, essentially with her community, and going into that experience and seeing the value that she offered and seeing how she offered the value. Because one thing about me, I feel like I'm untouchable, and when I say that, I feel like I'm untouchable in a sense, like nobody's gonna outwork me, nobody's gonna out hustle me. I'm a grind to the death. You might beat me, but I'm not gonna know, because I'm gonna be dead. I done work myself to the dead bone, and you can go ahead and do what you got to do, but I didn't did it to death. And like when on this grind, when in this entrepreneurship and you by yourself, it get real lonely, super lonely. And your subconscious thoughts, the imposter syndrome, the self-doubt seeps in all the time. Like just random all the time throughout the day, when you're working, when you're thinking about and preparing to work, and then when you're not working, that imposter syndrome comes in like, dang, can I really do this? You see, you can't, because you just had a webinar and it failed, but can you really do this? And I know the value that I have to offer to people. I'm not just doing this to make any money. You feel what I'm saying? I could be a nurse. I got a nice little gig right now that I could do it full time, but would it really fulfill me personally? No. So I'm like, I really know the value that I could offer people, and the lives that I can change, not just on a singular level, like not just person face to face. I can change generations. As a financial planner, I can change the way generations think about money. I could change the way you think about money. And when I change the way you think about money, that's going to change the way you think about money around your kids. That's the way your kids going to start thinking about money. And then that's going to change the way their kids start thinking about money. So in nursing, I'm just able to help one person. But as a financial planner, I'm able to help generations of people. And you won't even know it, So seeing what she did, and seeing her system, it was so motivating to me. Listen, it's 10:41 right now, December 1st, 2023. I just did a 7 to 7, right? Did a 7 to 7, got off, went to the gym, attended her live, and now I'm on live. Now I'm recording this live because I mean, it woke that dog back up. It woke that dog up in me and got that fire going again, to be able to see somebody else fighting and scratching and clawing to be successful at what it is they're trying to be successful at. And to see somebody else do it ignited my fire. And it's like, all right, let's get back in the fight. Let's get going. And I really just wanted to get on here to the very few people that attend. I know people are going to watch on the back end, but I just want to get on here and say, listen, the self-doubt, that voice you hear in the back of your head questioning if the idea that you got, or the direction you want to go in, or the plan you want to execute will be successful or not, cut it out. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it, because one, only the big man know the whole plan. It's already written for you, but only he knows the plan. And if you tell him your plan, he gonna laugh at you. But it's like, you won't know what's at the end of the rainbow. You won't know what the end goal is that everybody is so emotionally attached to, because during the process, you end up tricking your own self out of position and end up giving up, end up quitting, and then ultimately end up being in the same place, end up being miserable and unfulfilled. So, I just want to get on this live. I didn't know the video was gonna be this long. I'm sorry, y'all. I get on here and I talk. I feel like I'm Hove in the studio right now. You know what I'm saying? Just all off the top of the dome. But I want to say, listen, get out your own way. And I'm not just speaking to y'all, I'm speaking to myself too. I'm speaking to myself. Get out your own way, because you don't know what's best for you. You don't. Only he does. And the best way to get out your own way is to commit to the process without being emotionally attached to the results. I promise you. And listen, I'm learning to do it myself. I'm not saying I'm a master at it, but I'm learning to commit myself to the process, commit myself to the loss after loss after loss, then the small win. But you know what I'm saying? Whatever comes with it, I'm with it. So you feel what I'm saying? Nurse Lois, shout out to you. Major, major, major salute, major love, cause yeah, you didn't put that battery in my back. And when I'm charged up, I'm a different animal. I see y'all when I see y'all. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. And stay happy.